Hello and welcome back to our Foundation Sitar Lesson Series. I'm Will Marsh. Here on Lesson 10 we are getting into the bending on sitar, which we call Meend. And this is really one of the most expressive parts of sitar playing. It's also a very difficult part, but we're going to learn it in steps just to get you comfortable with this important technique. This is really so much of the expression of sitar. We're going to start learning our first Meend exercise on middle sa here, and we're going to work in this octave doing one-note bends. Now before we start, I want to review the left hand technique. It's very important here that you have the right shape in your hand. If our hand is flat or closed like this, you're not going to be able to bend fluidly, and what we need is this curvature, and you can see there's a little space here in my hand. What I don't want is to be like this or to have flat fingers. So start there, and then when we bend on sitar, we can use our second finger, our first finger, or both together. Eventually we want to be able to bend with each finger independently, but we're going to start by using our second finger and our first finger supporting it. What that means is our first bend will be here on sa. And I'm playing sa, and my first finger is just right next to it here. It fits in this fret with it. And so we have... This is the first bend I want you to work on. I'm only using da strokes for these means. We don't need to do da ra because we're not playing for speed or for rhythm. We're playing to get these sustained bends. So it's important to give a nice firm da stroke so that'll give you the sustain. And I'm pulling my hand down to get the note up. So what we have is sa, re, two strokes, stroke, 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 stroke. And the important thing here is just to listen closely for the pitch of that re. And we take the same idea up to the next fret, re. You can see I have both fingers together. And then re, ga, re. And we're going to just move up our middle octave scale with this pattern. And you can see in a major scale we have two half steps, right? Our half step will be ga, ma, and ni, sa. So on the half steps, you need to find that, you know, it's a much smaller bend. So what I want to do here is go through this Meend practice in the middle scale together so you can hear my pitch. It's really important to be listening closely for the right pitch. And you can hear that I have my tampura in D going on in the background, and that supports me being able to listen for the intonation. We're going to do it twice on each fret, going up to sa and then coming back. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come down. Repeating this one. Good. So this is a great way to start practicing these bends, this Meend. And I encourage you to spend as much time on each fret until you get that note in tune before moving on. This is not about speed. This is not about doing it fast. It's really about listening closely to getting that proper pitch. And if your sitar is tuned accurately, you'll hear this sympathetic string resonate when you get that note. There's the re. There's the ga. So that can help you know when you are hitting the right note. After you've done this exercise in the middle octave, the next thing you can do is start down on pa here. And you'll see that it takes a little more strength to bend down low. So after you've done this middle octave, you come down here and try this with me. We're going from pa, the same thing, one note at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4. The same way, and you can even complete the full range of the main string and continue going up from high sa. If you have the ma fret, so this is really exciting, starting your Meend practice. A little note, your main string will sometimes slip when you start doing bending if you haven't been doing that. So listen for your string. If it goes a little flat, you can adjust it with your bead down here or go up top if you need to. And just to recap, we're starting on the sa to sa middle octave, playing only da strokes. Da, da. And after you've played it here, you can start on pa and move all the way up. So have fun practicing this. I hope that you get a nice callus before our next lesson. And thank you so much for joining me. As always, I invite you to like and subscribe to my channel. You'll be notified when I release new videos. And please ask questions if you have them. I'd love to continue to support you. And I also offer private lessons if you are feeling the need for more personal attention and training. You can book private lessons with me via my website, willmarshmusic.com. It's been a pleasure doing another lesson with you, and I'll see you on the next one.